Greetings and salutations, YouTube. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be working on Paws tongs. You will see me get these to this point, and then later on I'm going to actually, in just a few minutes I'm going to actually be making the channels for these, making sure that the right size. I will then rivet them together. You'll see all of this. This is being filmed after the fact a little bit, and set them up. Now, these are not forged from scratch. These are actually formed from a template that was cut out of plasma. So I am actually planning, maybe, depending on interest and such, of making said template. So if you're interested in purchasing Paws tong templates as well as other tong templates, please let me know. I have no intentions of going into business like Kin's Custom Iron does. They do it a lot better. These are going to be smaller runs for more unique tongs. I'm not going to bother pretty much any tong that they actually make. I'm going to be doing things like Paws tongs and knife blade tongs and pickup tongs, and I've developed some templates for that one. I did not develop a template for this. This template, this shape, I believe John Switzer said it was from Pawzinski. I will actually put the name right down here somewhere, because he's already talked about it. He actually made a set from scratch, so if you want to see how to do that, I encourage you to watch his video. I will put the link here if I can. But yeah, these are made from a tong blank, so I didn't have to do a lot of forging, although I do have to do a little bit of forging. So let's get started with that. So let's begin the comedy of errors that is drifting the pins. So if you look, that drift, this is the very first time I've ever used it. And it was interesting. You can see on the back I'm using just a piece of square bar to use as tong clips. I've later made tong clips for that. Apparently it's the day of dropping, as you'll see. Even more. Here I am checking the size. Don't grab it. You can see me thinking that. Just a little bit small. So if anybody shows me smooth and very organized with what I'm doing, yeah, edit it. Here I am checking the size of the drift, trying to see how far to put it in. And my anvil has 2 pitchhole holes. I don't know why, but again, checking size, and it fits. Yay. And the cool thing is, with 2 tongs, you can literally have one heating while you're working on the other. So there was no edit there, no time lapse. I literally just put one in, take one out. Again, check for fit, and it fits. So here I made a tiny little pin, and I'm going to use it as a drift, pretty much. Funny thing, when you drift something, you need to make sure the ends are tapered, and you'll see why. Here.
It's stuck. How do I get it out? Nope. That might work. Nope. Crap. Did you hit it again? Nope. Maybe these will still work. Ah, this direction. Nope. Crap, don't grab it with your hands. Don't grab it with your hands. Ha! Use this! Maybe I should just whack it. And it works. Yay! Again, taper your drip pins, even if you're planning on using them as rivets later. And again, drop everything. One more time with the other side. Pin's hot now, so don't touch it. Also helps if you get it over the hole. And look, it does the same thing. So if you've ever wondered why people drift with tapered pins, now you know.
Okay, so order of operation. No, those are fine. Well, as you're watching this video, you're probably going to see me change and everything else. So what I'm going to try and do is edit this video so that it is in the proper order, because I'm going back and forth and doing stuff that I shouldn't have, and various other things like that. So it's probably a good idea to draw out the reins as number one and get them to where you like them. Get them to the length that you want them to be. Number one. Number two is cut your slit and open it up. Basically what I just did. Cut your slit and open it up. And, and number three is punch your hole. And the reason for that is that hole, it makes it harder to grip onto. And so when you're cutting the slit for the actual square piece for this, it's not going to work all that fine. So what we want to do is we want to cut that first. Then drift your hole. Then assemble the tongs. And then you're going to do your final tweaks and shaping and all kinds of things like that. So you're going to see this crazy out of order, and I'm probably going to end up having to do things more than once. Like, I just had to reopen up the split on the jaws because I closed it back up in an effort to force some other things. I don't even remember why. And then I had to just do it all over again. And it's kind of a pain. So, yeah, don't do that. That's my tiny forge. That is basically as far in there as that will go. So, yeah, I need a new forge. This is great to get started and cheap. Really, really cheap. What's expensive then is that burner right there. That cost me $100 off of eBay. You can make one for a lot cheaper than that. But that, the 2 bricks I think were $7, and the steel, which which I probably could have gotten away with just wrapping it with baling wire. But the steel to create the box was about $4, if that. So that's a $12 forge or $112 forge. And again, the burner could be used for other things. This burner will actually become the burner for my foundation. Again, don't let the t-shirt fool you. It's cold out here. So, if you notice, I've been pounding hot steel on my anvil all day long, and that's still cold to the touch. Well, not all day, but, you know, at least 40 minutes. That's still cold to the touch. Trick! When your quench bucket is frozen, set the hot piece on top of the ice. It'll melt enough to quench itself. Quarter of an inch steel. This is what I'm going to use to shape the handles. Oh look, snow. I'm just going to chuck these in the snow. Wasn't obvious, this is mild steel. Don't do that with tool steel. That would just be all kinds of silly. Touch mark these, touch mark goes on the outside. Handles. Look at how even they are. See? Look at those handles. See how even they are. That's awesome. Alright, time to rivet these and then shape them. Have an appropriate forge. It's one of these. Do it here. See here. So one of these is actually just a long stick with a little hook on the end. Look at that. One of these long stick with a hook on the end. Of course, ram's head on the side, but it just allows you to retrieve things from back of the forge that you can't get on your own because they fall back, especially small things. Right, so what you just saw me do is set the rivet. Next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to fix the jaws. Because right now, instead of the jaws lining up like this, they're lining up like this. Okay, so I'm going to bend one in, and I'm going to bend one in a little bit, the other in a little bit to make them in line. That was to open up the tip of one because it's going kind of wonky and sideways. Look, right there, you can see it. I just flattened the tip again that I just opened. Alright? Right there, it's flat again. So in case you haven't noticed, these are really, really fiddly. So it's a constant back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So yeah, this is gonna take a bit. The tips is off. So when you hold something at the very tip, it works just fine. But when you get down here, it goes wonky. So you can't hold a piece in the entire thing. And one of the things about tongs is you want contact for the type of material that you're using all the way down. This is for 1/4 inch. I'm making these Paws tongs for 1/4 inch material. So I want to make sure that if I have 1/4 inch material in there, I have a solid grip the entire length of the job. That's what I'm fiddling with right now. I don't know if you guys can see that, but here is where we're having the issues, right here, because they don't quite meet all the way down. That's what I'm trying to fix. So, all the way down, they don't quite meet all the way at the tip. I don't know if that's focusing or not. let them cool off. I'm going to file them, and then I am going to heat them up and then wax them. Alright, so stay tuned for that. Check it. This is snow quenching. Alright, so I'll do this again because the first time I didn't have a mic. So what we're going to do today is we are going to focus please. We're going to be working with these divots here. I'm going to be filing those off. I am going to be filing these profiles. So if you can see here, I kind of squish that profile to make sure that those are okay. I'm also going to be filing a little bit of these. I need to totally straighten those reins a little bit. It does kind of have a corkscrew look. This is my first set of Paws tongs, so hopefully it's not too bad. Let's go ahead and get started. I did want to point out, now that these are nice and cool, how they hold the material. So you see how they kind of hold the material a little bit off to the side. So instead of going straight out this direction, so straight out that direction, it's kind of off to the side, and I really do want to correct that. I may actually correct that before we get into this. I'm trying to think of how I want to correct that. Especially since I've already done the rivet. So this is what we're looking at. I want it to be like this, and it's like this. So see how it's pulling that in there? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually file this off a little bit and see if that will correct it. And if it does, great. If it doesn't, then it's back to the forge. Maybe I should tie my hair out. No, I'm not forging today. Actually, that went a long way towards it. They still have a slight bend to them. So again, if you look at it straight down the line, it's not a slight bend. Alright, so maybe I can take that out by filing the bottom of that. Now, all of this filing is completely and totally unnecessary. These work as is, okay? But because I want them to look pretty on camera, I am actually zooming them in. I'm actually filing them a bit. Okay, so in reality, they don't have to be. But because I want them to look good, this is the reason why I'm going through this process. If you make these either from scratch using Black Bear Forge's video or from templates, if I get these up on the Etsy store, then you can leave them ugly. As long as they work, that's really all that matters. I want mine to look a little bit better, simply because they will be featured on video. I am lacking a set of smaller tongs. Alright, cool. So, this is where we're at. It's not 100% perfect, but if you look at the gap on that side, and the knot gap on that side, down the center, how not very straight that is, you can tell that I need to remake these. But I'm not going to be 100% obsessive about making sure that they are super pretty. I just want them so I don't look at them and every single day go, God, I wish I fixed that. So, speaking of wishing I fixed that, now what we're going to do is we're going to take a little triangular file and we're going to cut in the side notches so I can hold material like this. I'm actually going to cut in one, I'm going to cut that with a hacksaw. I'm not going to cut the angle, I'm going to file in the angle, but I'm going to cut in so, if you'll notice, that right there, I still have a huge gap here, so I need to finish that. But first, I want to check the fit. Went and grabbed my little piece of thing, so I can bring those up. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring those forward, closer towards the tip. Put that in the quench bucket because it could still be hot. Alright, so now we're checking fit. If you notice, can you see? Alright, we have a little bit of space here, a little bit of space here, and on this side, I need to go back here, and this one's about right. So, yeah. And again, test, manipulate, test, manipulate. Took way too much off. So this is the problem with not testing too much. So, not entirely sure if you guys can see this. I'm not sure. Right here, see that big gap? That big gap was because I took off too much. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to heat these up, and I'm actually going to finish up the rest using forge, and just basically mash the fit and then put it back in this way and make sure that they fit both directions. The filing was mostly just to get it close. Alright, and then another thing that I'm going to do once it's forged is I am going to take the time to bend the reins. So I'm going to bend these slight curve in case I ever want to use a tong clip. I doubt that I will, but it's there. I think that's basically it. A nice little beeswax finish to them, which makes it really smell quite nice in the forge. Although that is burning my towel. Those are a little too hot. I'm not so worried about the head because, well, frankly, it's going to get mostly burned off anyway. beeswax really makes them work easy. Alright, so I hope you like that. Paws tongs from a template. So if you want to see how to make paws tongs from scratch, check out Black Bear Forge's video. If you're interested in me producing some paws tongs blanks, basically plasma cut blanks, post a link below. Comment below and let me know. I will happily set some up. The problem that I've had, I've created a lot of them because I teach graphic design in my in my real life. I teach video production and graphic design. So, you know, obviously this is right up my alley. However, time on plasma machines is expensive. So I have already created a whole bunch of tong blanks. I know that for me personally, when I was first starting out, it was really, really nice to have a set of tong blanks. I bought a set from Kin's Custom Iron, and that's what I still use. As soon as I get done, I mean, they're rough, because I didn't know what I was doing, but they're a really, really good way to start. And these paws tongs, as you saw throughout the video, they are rough. Even making them from forged blanks, they're rough. I have a full intention on doing some from scratch and following John's video, but yeah, timing-wise, I have my forge to get done, and I have you know, a whole bunch of other projects to get done, and finishing up this. I mean, my vise is still leaning up against the wall, so that's my goal. Stay tuned. Either before this video or directly after this video, I'm not entirely sure which. I will have a dog in the shop. Dog. So if you haven't noticed, you've probably heard a dog in the background, and the dog just came into the shop. This is the dog. I don't allow her in the shop because I have a concrete floor and little metal shavings hit the floor. Doggy paws. We don't want bloody doggy paws, and that would be very, very bad. So if you've heard barking in the background, this is what you've heard. So I really do hope you enjoyed the video. I really do hope you subscribe, like, and share. One of my #1 goals is to try and put out a video every 2 weeks. I am currently working 2 full-time jobs at 2 different schools, so it's a little difficult, but I'm giving it a whirl. So thank you, and I will talk to you later. As always, if you want to support the channel in any way, shape, or form, possibly, you know, get me a better camera, another camera, so that I can do multi-shot videos or other things, please, by all means, donate. Go to Patreon, do PayPal, or, you know, like, subscribe, and share, which actually helps build the channel, which means that I might someday be able to actually get money from it. So, yeah, thank you very much. Hope you have a good day.